Rhonda Pitka.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Pitka, Chief of the Village of Beaver. I'm also Vice Chair of the Council of Athabascan Tribal Governments. The Council of Athabascan Tribal Governments is a consortium of 10 tribal governments in the Yukon Flats of Alaska. We live within 2 wildlife refuges, and we border a national park and preserve. We live within Yukon Flats National Wildlife Refuge and the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. So much of our land in our area is federal. We have a natural resources department, and normally our natural resources department manager would be here providing this testimony for you. He's much more of an expert than I am. I have a lot more wide-ranging interests than he does, but right now I'm trying to kill him because I want him to do a contract crew for the BLM Fire Service in 2 months lead time. So he's super happy with me right now. Hi, Bruce. The government shutdown has affected our ability to provide service with that contract crew. It's cut the lead time down considerably. We have one of the first non-BIA self-governance agreements in the nation with the Bureau of Land Management, and it's because of the relationship that we have with our Alaska office. That agreement, though, has been affected by the government shutdown. It's a what do they call it? Discretionary funding from BLM. So it's pretty much up to them what happens with that. We finished negotiations on that contract back in October, and so we expected it to go through the normal process. Go to the state BLM, go get 300 signatures before it finally goes to Congress, and then it has to sit in Congress for 90 days. The government shutdown affected our ability to get real clear guidance on that AFA or even where it was. So we just spoke with our senator this morning, Lisa Murkowski. Her staff is going to look into where it is in the process because we can't really get answers on it right now. It's in such a murky gray area. The government shutdown has really affected our abilities in a lot of different ways to provide services for our people. Even getting password resets for websites has been just a challenge. It's been a nightmare all around. Our accountants are slave drivers, so we have been able to maintain our reserves and work through the shutdown in that manner, but that places an undue burden on our governments and on our governance structures for our healthcare facilities also. That's one of the main programs that we have is our healthcare. So it's been kind of difficult for me to only focus on one issue for this testimony. But 5 minutes isn't really all that long, and I'm an Athabascan chief and I can talk all day. Our ability to build tribal capacity has been affected through this government shutdown and through not having the AFA in a timely manner. We want to work on the contract crew, and I'm killing my natural resource director to get it done this year because that's one of the main ways that our people have long-term employment. Things have not been going into the Federal Register in a timely manner for contracts, so it's been really difficult trying to navigate through this process. We would appreciate help on that. So the chairwoman, Ms. McCullum, has said she wanted to ask some questions about climate change in our area. I could probably talk about that for more than the 1 minute remaining. But we live on the Yukon River. It's one of the major salmon rivers in Alaska. We only get one type of salmon in our part of the river, and that's the Chinook salmon. And our ability to fish has been hampered so many times in recent years. It breaks my heart that the chairman, told me about those subsistence shutdowns. There have been years when we've not been able to fish because of climate change, because of those effects. And that has long-ranging effects for public safety, for the ability of our families to take care of each other. That affects our economies. We're a mixed subsistence and cash economy. So having climate adaptation plans is important, and that sort of funding is really crucial. I've sponsored at Tanana Chiefs Convention a resolution this year to move forward with climate change plans for a regional level. And I think that having more of that type of funding is really needed. Thank you.
Thank you.